This is the Alienware Area-51, and it comes in an enormous box, bigger than any I've seen. It's not actually a server. It almost looks like it's staring at me, but let's see what's inside. Alright, looks like we have instructions as to how to take things out. Starting with the top, we lift, then we take out the chunk from the middle piece, and then we slide the bottom out like a drawer. So here's the top. That's clearly going to be all of the connectors and cables and accessories and things. And it's decorated in a very nice alien head blue with an embossed kind of look of that cosmic background. And then this plastic piece actually has the Alienware head on it. And as I take that out, the computer itself is inside in yet another box. So now we go down to the drawer and we slide the drawer open, and look at that. How's that for shipping? It looks like it's got easily 2 to 3 inches on all sides where it can't be hit, so that it looks like points of impact would have to punch pretty deep to harm the unit. Okay, let's see if we have other instructions. This is a slightly more reasonable sized box, but still pretty big. These handles on the side say up. Okay, after a little bit of thought, it looks like these might be plugs that swing out. And they're designed to hold the unit in place, but with luck, let's see if this works like a TV. Two cardboard punch handles. Let's take these out completely. And lift. And voila. Underneath, it's got a black, kind of papery, kind of cloth feeling bag over the unit. And from what I can tell just from groping the thing shamelessly, this is the back and this is the front. So let's take a look at what's underneath. Well, there we go. That has got to be the hugest case I've ever seen in my life. So, it's been secured with some tape for the panels. And if I have the chance to put together a setup and turn on video, I will post that as well. Oh, looks like the door is held in place by the tape. And it also looks like these box parts slide out just a little bit to give you a bit of reach to get your hands underneath. That has to be the best amount of boxing I've ever seen. And where we go from here, well, hopefully it'll get pretty interesting. Okay, having taken the machine up to where it's going to be, it's kind of hard to find exactly how to open the case. But typically with a machine that ships, I like to look inside of it and make sure that nothing's come loose. SATA cables have a nasty tendency of falling off in shipping. But I wanted to call your attention to one detail down here. Here on the bottom, the power supply is on the bottom, as newer machines are, and it has these tape pieces across it in order to secure it during shipping, because the power supply itself can be easily removed with this handle. I'm not actually going to do that now, but there you go. Pops down and snaps back up. Another interesting thing is, because I want to look inside and make sure everything's okay, it's not hooked up to power, but it still has enough power to light the back panel. And that's the way the back panel lighting is designed. Small LEDs along the edge is a very nice touch. More information to follow as I'm able to get it open. First, to find out more about the system, here's the box that contains the accessories. And as we flip it open, There we go. So, looks like I have a free ball cap, which is very nice. And then these other items are a cardboard box that no doubt contains the keyboard. And then this screwed down booklet right here that will contain all of the instructions. We'll go through that to learn more about how to look at it and how to set it up and get it going. But for now, to continue our tour of the box, looks like power cable and the mouse. Somewhat simple, but I'm going to take my time and look over the materials before we go forward. Opening and closing the case turns out to be very simple. Each panel has its own lift that opens, and in this case I'm going to lift this one, and there it is. And just like the refrigerator, you open it up and the light comes on. So let's take a look inside real quick. Okay, we have one huge plastic shielding for airflow around the video. Probably not that easy to make out, but inside we then have the liquid cooling system over the CPU going directly up into the top where it will be vented outwards. And then we have our RAM right here, and further over, cable bundling has been neatly done. Looks like one has come slightly loose. We'll snap that back down. And otherwise, it looks like all of the SATA cables are intact. Look how on the back wall we have SATA cables carefully bundled along the side. They're securely attached to the motherboard, and I imagine they're securely attached to the drives because those sit upright in their own slots. Everything looks okay. It's good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and hook it up. Okay, I've hooked up the Area-51 ALX desktop. I've set it over here. It's just about impossible to see in this light, but we'll go ahead and turn it on. We'll come back when it figures out what it's going to do. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. The keyboard just lit up. And the mouse. And there we go. Typical setup screen. We'll come back to this when it's done. Okay, we stepped through the basic wizard, and we now have it preparing the desktop. As you can see, I have the wallpaper theme that I selected online. I also have the same color that I chose for startup. And even the Windows 7 screens were Alienware branded with the logo. There we go. Naturally, Windows has some updates to run, despite the fact that this was built last week. Here we go. One of the options at purchase was the Alienware Breed theme, and I chose that. Oh, thank you for interrupting. There we go. I'm going to apply the theme. Let's see what it does. Well, says it's applying. And we'll see how it looks. I'll try to scoot back a little so you can see. Ooh, that's clever. Interesting. Of course, if Windows Update would quit interrupting, that might be more useful. Ta-da! We have reskinning. Let's see if I can clear that out of the way. Apply completed successfully. Okay. Close. There we go. Now what? Okay. Are we sure this isn't Vista? Maybe it'll stop to nag me a few more times. That is awesome. After it's had a chance to reboot, I'll run the Windows Experience Index and we'll see what we get.